What it is, what it is. All right, y'all let me know if this is better when I have the camera this way in landscape. If y'all prefer this way, if y'all don't mind. Because now it's like I have to do this shit all different. What's good? What's good? Can y'all hear me? Everything good? We're gonna go in. We're gonna go in. Is the sound good? Let me know if the landscape is dope. Better? Okay, I do it with, okay. Is the sound good? Can everybody hear me? We're gonna go right in. All good? All right, cool. So definitely, first and foremost, appreciate it. Appreciate everybody tuning in. The sound is crisp. Hey bro, one love, one love, one love. Good, okay. All right. So it's a gloomy day in LA. It's not too much going on. Let me give y'all a 360. Are you currently situated in DC? No, I'm in LA right now. This is LA. Okay. Let's get it. No doubt. Now let me go in. I'll take a walk as well. Now recently a lot of people been saying, or just going through shit, is it cold in LA? It's not too cold. It's not too cold. It's just more so just a little gloomy. It's about maybe 70 degrees, 65, 70 degrees. It's not too cold. At night it'll get a little chilly at night, so I got, I wear this with the skull and bones, if y'all know what that is. Because we're talking about the dark side. Now, how do you balance it out? Because a lot of people, you go through shit, You may have things given to you, because they say, the saying is, if you fuck with dark shit, it turns on you at the end of the day, which is why most people stay away from it. I don't know, it's like I don't know, where's the camera? Okay, it's right here. They say if you fuck with the dark shit, it turns on you at the end of the day, right? Let me explain why that is, or if that's even possible and what people are really talking about. Let me actually turn this way. I guess it don't matter, it's all good. Yeah, I guess y'all can see more of what's going on with the landscape, so it ain't got to just be focused in on my face. Love these broadcasts, definitely. When we deal with dark realities, we're dealing with the hardcore truth. What do I mean by that? Meaning you may be granted something, let's just say something material. You want something material, laptop, headphones, car, home. Hey, I should keep up the good work. No doubt. That's what we're doing right now, baby. So you may be granted certain things in your journey, on your path, working with the darker energies, right? Now, what if they get taken away from you? Do you I don't want to fuck with this shit no more? When this is what happens with most people. Something bad happens, then they flip the script and they go back to Jesus or whatever the fuck they was doing before, right? But that bad shit was supposed to teach you something. Why would you put your energy into material items? Because that's essentially why most people get into the dark side anyway. They're like, I want the gold chain, I want the fame, the money, women, men, whatever it may be, right? This is what they get into the dark shit for in the first place. But the dark side is going to let you get it. It's going to let you get it. It'll give it to you. But then it'll take it away. And then the question remains, what did you learn? Because even with the thing being taken away from you, so true, I sat with astrology but went back when this shit hit the fan. This is what I'm saying. This is exactly what I'm talking about. When shit started getting a little creepy, motherfuckers slide back like, I don't want this shit no more. But it's a lesson in it. Do you still have what's important? Okay, they may have took this, they may have took that. I've been going through. People have been taking from me a lot. You know what I mean? Because they think, they think that I'm at a certain caliber or whatever. So, of course they want to stop it. But do you still have what's most important? Do you still have yourself? Right? Skin. Do you still have yourself? High vibes. High vibes, man. Because regardless of what was taken from you, do you still have yourself? I think you do. I think you still have yourself. That's the lesson. You're right, bro, about the darkness. I started to seek it and uncover more hidden knowledge. Exactly. It's going to force you to look deeper within yourself. It's going to force you, I don't know, it's like I'm looking this way. I guess I'm used to looking this way, but I realize I'm not looking at the camera, so I guess the camera is this way. So yeah, like give me, so this is just a test video, so if I'm not looking directly, it's because I guess I'm used to looking this way. I'm supposed to be looking this way. I don't know. I guess the camera is this way, but now this is awkward. Don't pay attention to my eyes. It'll give you whatever you want and snatch it from you. To see if you're really true to you, or were you just about the material gain? Were you just about the car, the money, the home, the women, the men, whatever? Was that the complete essence of who and what you were? Or do you still have everything that was given to you at birth? Do you still have life? Are you still breathing? Can you still see? Can you still hear? Can you still speak? Nah, man, we're all concentrated on your visor, know the camera. No doubt. So yeah, just look at the imagery in the back. So we in downtown LA, you should see the tall buildings. Yeah, I mean, you see, this is what the graffiti artists do. Just in case y'all didn't know, here, whenever they want to build a new building, whatever, you know, of course they cover it with this black sheet. Then the graffiti artists come and start ripping the shit up. Then they hop over the fence and fuck up. If they have access to anything, they're gonna trash the whole place. That's why it takes so long for things to be built here. So you will see, I'm feeling that silly. This is what I'm saying. It's also around the full moon. If you implement the full moon into everything that's going on, it makes more sense. We put a lot of energy into this material realm, right? Not knowing it's our minds. What do I mean by that? You see the building right here? There's a reason why it looks like DT Brooklyn, downtown Brooklyn. I would say so. I definitely say just going through the cities. I like the way Pittsburgh look. I like Denver. It's a couple cities out of my you know, that sparked me in a certain way. Then there was other cities I'm like, I can't wait to get the fuck out of here. Now let's get back on point. The skull and bones. Now am I talking about masonry? You're around 7 and Fig? Exactly. Somebody know their coordinates, but it's 5th. And I don't really like giving my location, but this is 5th. I think you can see it. Turn this way. Look at the streets. Yeah, that's Figueroa, 5th. Boom. Anyway, let's get to the point. When you work with darker energies, you will be granted whatever it is you want. Thanks, man, with your videos and life. I come to all the hieroglyphic. Appreciate it. Don't even trip, man. You know, this is natural. Like, I put myself in the fire to talk about it. Because I'm not going to talk about some shit that I've never even been through, you know? But this is scary. It's scary to a lot of people. Oh, I'm feeling that scully. Oh yeah, definitely. Skull and bones, man. So let's break this down. Is this some Masonic shit? No, this is Egyptian. Or maybe even older than that. Let me not even limit it to that. This is the whole point. We still have this. You still have your skull and you still have your bones, right? That means you're still alive. So they could have took everything, your house, your women, your car, your money, your job. They could have gave you all of it, took it right back. But guess what? You still got this. You still got it. You still a king. You still a queen. That doesn't change. We put this down. You still are a royal human being, if that's what you want to consider yourself, or a god, a goddess, emperor, empress, high priest, whatever you want to call yourself. We still have everything we need, even without the shit. So even if friends turn their back, demons, angels. You just got up in here. Where you at now? We in LA. We in downtown LA. Give you the 360. Alright. Now, things will be taken. This is essentially why you would get into the dark side, to gain the world, just to have it snatched away from you, like for you to get the experience. It ain't enough to read about it. You need to go through it. You need to be on top and watch yourself fall back down and see what remains after the fall. What remains? The women are gone now. You know what I mean? You may not have the money to flash. You may not have the best equipment. You may not have this. You may not have that, right? But you still have you. That's the point. This is how you balance this shit out. Because a lot of people talk about the low dimensional buffering. They are blocking. They blocking. You all know. You know, we do talk about dark shit on here, so I don't know about that. I channel 11 saying the dark energy came in was a reflection of me. Absolutely. It shows us the darker aspects of ourselves. We all have a savage side. We know this, right? I'm going through the fall right now. That's what I'm saying. See, my videos be on point, just in case y'all don't fucking realize it. We all are going through it. This is why I feel the need to speak. Don't let it trip you out, though. Get through it. Go up just to fall the fuck down so you can have something to talk about. These views is like, all right, let me change the views. No pain, no gain. Exactly. Let me change the views so I'll give y'all something nice to look at. We fall, we rise to fall down. Don't let the fall spook you out. Because if the fall spook you out, give me 1 second. I'll answer your question right now. If the fall fuck you up, then you shouldn't have been in this in the first place. All right, here we go. I'm not concerned because of the fall that got rid of a lot of people. Yeah, he's going through it too. All right. Now, we go through the fall. Where are we now? We in LA. So for everybody who keep asking, this is LA. So just in case you've never been here, that's why I'm giving you the visuals. For those who never been here, give you an essence, to give you a feel of how it is to be here, especially downtown. So look at all this. Are there pyramids in LA? Not around here. But is it an actual like 40-foot pyramid? No. See, the thing about New York, the buildings are taller. You see, the buildings are pretty tall. Why are you wearing a hat? Is it cold? It's a little windy. It's a little windy. See, the sun isn't out today. It's a little windy. It's not too cold. The sun isn't out. What do you think about archons? Or is that what you're talking about? Archons? What do you mean by that? So let me make sure what you're talking about. Fears will hold a lot of us from diving deep within. Of course. No, explain to me what you're talking about. Kenya? Like, what do you mean by archons? So we'll be on the same page. So let me make sure. LA is a major chakra spot, though. Yeah, like LA is like the base chakra. Okay, let me get in. I'll get into all that because I can tie all that in. All right, okay, I see what you mean. You talking about the alien shit. I'm going to come see you when I buy my new car. Boom, boom, boom. If you should be, don't even trip, man. Yo, writing the mantras is effective as chanting. Yeah, definitely everybody write the mantras down. Don't even trip. I actually give you an example. I'll give you an example right now. This is what I've been doing recently as well. Let me turn the camera around so you can see. So this is my personal notebook. It's my personal notebook. I'll give you just a couple pages. Here's some drawings, videos. You see, this is a Machiavelli magic back when I did the Machiavelli magic. So you see, I wrote everything down before I did it. The Hyperion, if y'all remember the Hyperion video, this is like the blueprint. So I'm showing y'all quickly some blueprints. So before I do videos, especially the big ones, I make sure I got the blueprint on point, so I hit these points. Let's see what else. I don't know what this is. This is lyrics. But what I really want to show y'all is these mantras. It's a crown of thorns. This is the music. You see the L fresh as hell. So this is the album. It's called Crown of Thorns. This is the title list. So I'm writing all this down. But I'm gonna show y'all the mantras. Here's another drawing. A little personal drawing with the swirls. But this is what I want to show you. This. So somebody just mentioned mantras, just writing them down. This is me writing it down 108 times. Boom, 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 boom. 108 times here. Then boom, 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 boom. 108 times. So this is 216. 216 of the same mantra. Right? So yes, writing the mantras down are just as effective as chanting. And I just wanted to give you an example that I do that as well. If you think I'm fucking around. So, let me put this back in. My side is up, boom, boom, boom. Okay. Now somebody said archons run this. I mean, if that's how you feel, I feel like we run it. Because we the ones doing the black magic. They got to go through us. They don't have power in and of themselves. They have to go through us. They have to go through the people that don't know and manipulate people that really have power, that don't know they have power. What do I mean? If you've seen the movie Dark City, which came out back in 1999, you saw that they were taking the power away from other people, taking the melanin or the liquid from the third eye and putting it in somebody else's third eye, and that created their reality. Their reality was based on secretions from the third eye from other people that they've taken and put in somebody else's third eye, which helped them create their reality, which you saw a live example of that in the movie. Now what am I talking about? Let's take a walk. This run shit right here. Hold on. Who won in this modern world? We won this system. Hey bro, I've been doing stream busy. I got a few cabs on with no money, but I want to ask how long you got to do the monsters. Hold on. All this stuff, the Matrix, not us. Boom, 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 boom. My niggas say interacting with his folks. You gotta love it. We love you. Love you too. Don't even trip, man. The dude feeling the fall of his people. No, we good, man. What does it mean when you have to dream of the infinity symbol? Boom, boom, boom. Lit. The fall has made me dig deeper. Doom. See, I wasn't even up on the comments. I had it strolled, so I'm just catching up on what everybody is saying. So give me 1 second. Yo, locked in, one love. Okay, cool. Definitely. So let me answer a couple of these questions. Now, for the archons feeding off the fear of the people, that's another way of saying it. If you keep people confused and mind controlled and not really in tune with what's really going on. For example, we going through it as spiritual people, but just imagine if you wasn't spiritual. What the fuck you got to go through? You just saw the dude in the background that I just showed a couple minutes ago on the bike, right? He's going through some shit too, right? So, nobody is saying nothing and let them man. Somebody said demons bless you. Again, they're disguised angels. How is that? Well, demons are disguised angels because they still teach you an honorable lesson, no matter how savage they may seem. How is that? They give you power and take it away just to show you that you don't need to do it this way. Or realize that you can do it however you want to do it. You don't necessarily have to depend on the dark side or the light side or any side. You can just depend on self and still get the same results. You don't have to alter anything. Demiurge made demons and angels the same power. It depends on how you want to look at the whole demiurge thing, you know? There's two gods. Well, there's many gods, right? Before we was all on this one God thing, we was on multiple gods, right? Oh, it's multiple personalities of the same one God. So you can say that, which isn't untrue. Because there are some people that are drawn to the dark side, there's some people that are drawn to the light side. Doesn't make one better than the other, it just depends on who it is. Now before I go in any deeper than that, the fact that you talk about demons this way makes me so happy, makes me laugh, not love them, but was not taught. Boom, boom, boom. A lot do look ugly. See, this is the thing with the darker imagery. Because whenever we talk about, you see, I've been talking about demons for, a lot, right? In a lot of my previous videos and all that. It's not even that I'm just a demon guy or I'm just a dark side guy. I'm not really that. I just have walked the path so I can speak about it now. I guess a lot of people don't want to speak about it. But if like my first thing is not to necessarily always go to demons. I just talk about it a lot because I've been through it. But I'm saying like if somebody offered a different way, I'm not going to shut them down. If they say, oh, I want to work with angels, I'm not going to tell you you're wrong. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say that I'm right. It's just about people who are drawn to certain things. With the darker imagery, let's just say if you're a gothic person or you like dark things, you're going to be drawn to demons because you come from a gothic background or all black. You may be drawn to scarier images. You like horror movies. You know, inside you're really a killer, but you don't kill people, if you can get what I'm saying. You're really an assassin. You're really a spy, but you really don't do these things because you may not want to work for the military. That's how I feel. I feel if I was in the army somewhere, I would be the man killing people because that's just what I'm into. But I'm not going to go around harming innocent people at the same time. You get what I'm saying? If somebody says strip clubs are demonic, okay. The reason why you have anything, people say, prostitution, anything associated with harlot women is considered the dark side. Why is that? That should give you some insight to what the dark side really is. Can you really have a dark side without women? Think about that one. Whenever we talk about women, they're viewed as what the negative trait, right? The positive is the man, the positive charge, and the negative charge is the woman, right? Or the magnetic charge is a woman and the electric charge is a man. So the magnetic negative energy from the woman is dark. Or the yin energy, right? The yin energy. I'm giving you multiple dimensions of it. So the dark side, in reality, is completely associated with feminine energy. It's about getting our message out and taking back our power. See, that's another thing. It's not about taking back power, because we've already had it. See, this is the thing. A lot of people be like, why is people lazy nowadays? Why ain't people really on their shit? Why isn't people more furious and want to, take over the city and take their land back and do this and do that? Because it's no longer in our spirit. What do I mean? If you go back to the 70s, it was all about revolution, right? But if you take it to 2017, the average person out here is on their phones texting motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Like it's a whole different environment. And if you think these motherfuckers out here is about to pick up guns and fight in some war and face off with cops and the government, get the fuck out of here. They ain't doing none of that shit. Give these motherfuckers a phone with some internet and a YouTube and you won't hear shit from them. And that's just the fucking truth. That's just the truth of the matter. Motherfuckers ain't thinking about picking up no guns and taking nothing back. This is what I heard this from somebody. Technology makes slavery comfortable. Take that in. Technology makes slavery comfortable. Always liked owls. I looked at the dark gods, found consumed. Definitely. Everybody's gonna find a deity that they resonate with, because it represents an aspect of them. For example, Tahuti, which is an Egyptian god, is a moon god. So around this full moon, you should be communicating with Tahuti. But what is Tahuti spiritually? It's a god of what? Music, alchemy, writing. So whenever you write, whenever you do something creatively, you are channeling Tahuti, because Tahuti is the scribe. So whenever you scribe, you are channeling Tahuti. So it's an act of divine intervention when you write. This is why when you write, that's why I always tell people to write things down, because it's a divine act. When you speak, it's a divine act. When you manifest using words, when you manifest using the pen. Like, for example, if you write something down, you're more likely to remember it than if you didn't write it down, even if you don't physically look at it. Like, if you wake up, write down your dreams, you will most likely remember that dream without having to reference what you wrote down. Because when you write, it's like you are burning messages into your subconscious. Tahuti is similar to Krishna. Whatever God you want to use, just realize that they represent divine acts that we already do. The gods don't teach us, we teach the gods, because the gods represent what the human can do. That's why they all look like humans. They have human bodies. They may have animal heads, but they have human bodies. What about using oils? Use whatever you like. There is no you should use this, you shouldn't. Use whatever you like. Because this is what you're supposed to be doing. Realize that any type of our deities in our DNA, that's basically what I'm saying. We are the deities that we worship. Again, Tahuti just represents the writing act, the creative act. Osiris represents the underworld when you are within your subconscious mind, when you're in your dreams. You get what I'm saying? Let the bro. Well, don't worry, people gonna write their comments because they want to get their questions answered. I understand that. So let me get this point out. What about brainwaves? Right. Osiris can represent the delta brainwave state. It just depends on what you know and what you do know. So some people know about brainwaves and frequencies and vibrations. You know about certain vibrations like 33 hertz, 432 hertz, 528 hertz. See, for the people that know what I'm talking about, that know, like I used to do binaural beats and isochronic tones, even before I started speaking, that'll make more sense to you. But if you don't know about that, then that's why I give various examples. Namaste, I see the divine in you. I see the divine in you as well. That's why we speak. Just because I'm speaking through it, you know, everybody has the opportunity to write what they want to write. Do you think there's a significant difference between the power of the third eye and a heavy melanated versus a lightly melanated person? Not necessarily. Because look at all these light-skinned motherfuckers who done did wonders, like the John Lennons, you know what I mean, the Beatles and all that. These are people who, I think the Doors, there's many people that really did significant things that are highly honored. You know what I mean? So it just depends on, it just depends. Like, just because you may be a light-skinned person don't mean that you don't have melanin. Melanin is not measured based on your skin. Melanin comes in all shades, absolutely. It's not about your skin, it's really about your third eye, it's about your magic. Everything comes from the third eye. For example, a lot of people say that, right? Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. Let me turn the camera around. Look at this building. See, that's where young Pharaoh loses it a bit. What do you mean? What do you mean? Third eye is powerful, as you know. Boom, boom, boom. What about spiritual zombies? All right, I'll answer the spiritual zombies. I'll answer that as soon as I give you this example. You see this building right in front of me. Now, based on what you know, you're seeing something different. For the people that know, they know what type of glass that is. They know what type of brick this is. They know what type of tree this is, right? For the people that know, they know exactly how to decode this whole building. Are people who call themselves a part of the conscious community doing more harm than good by talking about racial superiority? Well, it's all about, everybody does that. Because that's why you have, like, you know, the KKK, because they think they Aryans and they came from a different dimension and all that. So everybody looks at themselves as a superior race. That's what racism is, you know what I mean? Everybody's going to look at themselves as better than the next man. People been doing that. That didn't start with the conscious community. People like, all right, if y'all think y'all better because y'all white, then we're better because we black. Or because y'all think y'all better because y'all black, we're better because we white, because we're linked to this, however they want to do it. But at the end of the day, you see everybody doing shit. Everybody has the ability to create a lifestyle on their own. It don't matter how dark or light you are. We are all supreme beings, absolutely. So just because you may not be as creative as the next person, you can do something that they can't. That's why you have a lot of musicians that don't understand nothing about law and business, and that's where they link. So that's why you have to follow your path. Some people can't rap, but they can do business very well, and they can make money very well and multiply their money very well. So when you merge the creative with the business, then you have a match. Just as an example. So it's not about this, not about how much melanin you have, because just imagine if a person is darker than me but don't know that and don't know nothing about melanin. Does it matter? No, it don't fucking matter. Because just because you have it don't mean you're using it correctly. That's the difference. Just because you have it don't mean you use it. Are there any monsters to get laid? Of course. But this is the point. Let me answer that question about spiritual zombies before I go on. Spiritual zombies just represent people with no spirituality. Going back to what I was talking about earlier, the people that don't really have a spiritual system. What do I mean? Meaning, if you're still worshiping something outside of self, you're going to bring that same energy to everybody you interact with. I love you too. Don't even trip. Love everybody as well. What do I mean? If you give all your energy to Jesus, thinking he's in the sky, he's some type of being that's puppeteering you, if you think that's what it is, then you're going to bring that same energy to everybody you deal with. This is why I'm pretty sure I can show you motherfuckers right now. Somebody's screaming out some Jesus shit right now, promoting their religion, screaming it out as if we don't hear them, as if we don't know they're there. You know, they go through extreme measures to make themselves known. But why do you have to do so? If Jesus is real, do you really have to tell anybody? All right then. So if they shit was real, they wouldn't have to bang so hard. They like the new game burgers on the block. You know, they just Christians. They banging Jesus. But why do you have to bang it so hard if it's real? If it's real, let it be. You don't have to bang this shit. It's just real. You just live your life. You don't have to go out and do all this extra shit. That's why you don't see me doing this shit. You don't see me going out speaking to nobody who don't want to be spoken to. I'm not going around speaking to nobody who don't want to hear me. See these motherfuckers walking, they ain't trying to hear nothing I'm saying, so I'm not speaking to them. Just let them live their life. Christ is inside of you, you're God. See, we know that. As spiritual people, we know what that is. We know that Christ represents you. But tell that to the average Christian out here, they're not going to agree with you. And that's just the reality of it. That's what makes people like that parasitic. Because they don't put the power in themselves, they're giving their power away to something outside of them. So that makes them parasitic because they have no power of their own. But when you empower yourself, you realize that this is coming from within me, as within, so without. This is just a projection of my mind. You go about life differently. Now you're not going around, you don't feel like you have to tell everybody. That's another thing. We should stay silent. This information doesn't need to go out. It's already known within. Everybody who's spiritual has always been spiritual, was within their heart. So when a person speaks about it, it's already known within you. It's just clarifying what you already knew in your own heart. They're just speaking about it. They're speaking about what you already know within. That's the difference. So let's get back on point. I think I missed the question. I mean that people have given up their power, tricked into thinking they're powerless. That's the whole game. If you think you have no power, see, that's just how powerful the mind is. If you think you have no power, then you will have no power. If you think you fucked up, you will be fucked up. But it's a little deeper than that. Because everybody can say, okay, thoughts create reality. We know that already. Let's go into further detail as to why that is. Because again, people have taken these spiritual terms and flipped them and did whatever they wanted with them. So when we say things like that, oh, thoughts create reality, we think we're saying something deep, but we're not, because it's more to it than that. Is Trump a magician? Of course he's a magician, but that's what the fuck they do. No, he's more so of an illusionist. See, there's magicians, then there's illusionists. Illusionists is capitalized off of illusions that are not real. Magicians actually base their spirituality and their magic based off of something real. And I'm not talking about, you got the stage magicians, which I'll say, okay, if you want to call Donald Trump a magician, he's a stage magician. But then you got the real magicians that's actually tapping into the actual forces of the universe and can manipulate matter. So are we destined to exist dually? Is anything destined? Everybody has a destiny. Everybody has a path. And you will experience both sides of your path, the good and the bad of your path, whatever your path is. For example, I'll give you two examples. You got the lifestyle of a stripper, and then the lifestyle of a corporate woman. What's the difference? They both get up at a certain time, work for a certain set of hours, and you come home, right? They get a paycheck at the end of the week, or I guess the stripper was getting paid every night. But basically, they do what they do for a certain set of hours, then that's just their job. When the stripper comes home, she takes the stripping heels off. When the corporate woman comes home, she takes those fucking high heels off, right? So it's just something that they do for a set appointed time. Either you in the club stripping, or you in the building, doing numbers in your mind and figuring out how to maximize profits, right? What they do. They can say, oh, the stripper is bad because she's showing her body, but they can say the corporate motherfucker is bad because they're just figuring out ways to manipulate people, to figure out some marketing scheme to get people to buy their product. People can see a level of wrongness in that as well. So does it really fucking matter? Not really. Because at the end of the day, everything in life is a hustle. Everybody's trying to get the next dollar. Everybody's trying to sell some type of product. So everybody's trying to offer you something, right? Everybody feel like they got the secret to everything there is and they got the perfect product. Cigarettes company use magic often. The real question is, why do people like cigarettes so much? What magic is being used, if anything? Or is it just that people just have certain type of personalities and that's what they use? You can look at it in several different ways, and no way is the right way, no way is the wrong way. Just as I said, you got the stripper, then you got the corporate woman. The average person will look up to the corporate woman and look down on the stripper. Oh, why? She don't have to do that. But maybe she don't. The corporate woman don't have to do what she does either. It's all about choice. However, they say the stripper is dealing with demonic beings and negative energies because it's sex involved, there's money involved, there's alchemy being done. See, that's the thing. Whenever we talk about alchemy, people will associate that with badness. Because whenever we're dealing with alchemy, you're dealing with the mixing of two energies. You're mixing two energies into one energy. That's what the stripper does. That's what the porn star does. That's what the drug dealer does. Everybody that we look down upon, that's what they're doing. They're doing alchemy. Now, how else can you make something bad into something that somebody wants? Nobody should care about drugs, but the way that it's mixed makes the difference. You can have a person that never did drugs in their life. If you take some shit that's mixed up properly, it'll give you the best time of your life. Hey, it is what it is. That's how people develop addictions, right? It's all about how it's cooked. That's what makes the difference. For example, any woman can put on stripper heels, but every woman is not going to make money because it's something, obviously there's something going on beyond just what we physically see. What do I mean by that? Because somebody just asked me about the Philosopher's Stone. The Philosopher's Stone is what? How can it be anything other than you? Is there really some magical stone out here that's going to give you magical abilities that you don't already have? Or does it just make you aware of what you already have? If you didn't see the movie As Above, So Below, that's basically what's the whole point of the movie. She was searching for the stone just to find out she was looking at the stone. She is the stone. She is the Philosopher's Stone. It is us. We are everything that we need. Before you need food, before you need water, before you need air, you need a mind. Because without a mind, none of this should exist. Air doesn't exist, water doesn't exist, food doesn't exist without a mind. Everything is being projected from our mind. I bet you create a lot of energy. Well, you know. I try to expand. That's what I say. I try to expand. I started off just doing videos in the room. I'm like, the world is a big place. Why not show more? Why not do more? That's why I choose to do the videos outside. Who the fuck wants to see a blank wall all fucking time? Now you're seeing movement. You're seeing things happen as I speak. You know what I mean? You're seeing things that you otherwise wouldn't see if I was just in a house, right? I was talking to Boom Boom, but man, I've watched your shit for years. Don't even trip, man. All we're gonna do is go up. So let me get back to the point. If you ask a question and I didn't answer it, just repeat it again and I'll answer it right now just in case I missed it. Because we'll get back on point. When you're dealing with dark energy, it's gonna fuck you up, but in a good way. Because it's gonna make you realize where the Philosopher's Stone is, where the real power is, and what to do next. You rise up, fall on your fucking head, just like Goku in Dragon Ball Z. That's a spiritual story now that I think about it. For all the Dragon Ball Z fans out there, just look at the story of Goku, just like look at the story of Vegeta. Look at the comparisons. Let me break it down. Goku lost his memory, right? Vegeta didn't. Yo, what's up with the? Can you turn it right before change? With questions about mantras, just use them. There is no right, there is no wrong way. Use them, chant them, write them down, and they will show you what they do. So if you wanna, hold on, let me let this pass. If you want to think of different combinations to use, or can I use it before this, after this, you test it out and you see, because I haven't tested every mantra, so there'll be certain mantras people ask me about, like I haven't got to that one yet. I'm still working with this one over here. So whatever mantras and combinations, you have to come up with it. If you may discover something that I don't know. Oh yeah, when I use this mantra and that piece it with this, piece it together, I piece together a new mantra and it did this. You may have to be the one to do that and figure that out. I may not be the one to bring that to you. So whenever it comes to mantras, chant it and write it down and see if it does what it say it does. And if it works for you, that means it does what it says it does. But don't get caught up with the mantra either. Don't put your energy, or the mantra is doing this. No, your mind empowers the mantra, or it empowers the word or the pen. See, that's the thing. So don't let the mantras get you caught up, just like don't let the money get you caught up. Don't let the fame get you caught up. Realize that everything is being manifested from the mind. And if you take your attention off of the mind, off of the source, that's when shit starts to get fucked up. Would you represent Stream Z for wealth? It depends on what type of wealth you're talking about. If you're talking about wealth of intelligence, there's a different mantra for that. If you're talking about wealth of material things, then sure. But it's not necessarily going to make you a rich man. It's going to provide you the lessons that you need to become wealthy. It's not going to drop a bag of money in your hands. But it will give you the necessary experiences you need to go through to get the money in your hands. That's what the mantras do. So they're not going to give you the money, but they provide a way for you to get it on your own. That's what the thing is. Don't trip on the symbol, boom, boom, boom. Do you feel, if we're predestined to fulfill a certain fate? Yeah, we are all here to do a certain thing, whatever that thing may be. Everybody's not meant to be famous. Everybody's not meant to be wealthy with $100 million. Some people are meant to drive regular ass cars, have a regular ass job with a regular ass family, and do regular ass shit. And that's nothing wrong with that. They're not wrong for that. They're not meant to be on the world stage. But it's nothing wrong. Like, some people choose to move in silence. Nothing wrong with that. Some people want to be Superman. Other people want to be Batman. Other people want to master the light. Other people want to master the dark. Then you have the in-between path. So this is why when you look at everybody, everybody's on their own path for their own reasons. And everybody feel like they're different. I guarantee if I walk up to anybody and ask, hey, do you think you're different than most people? Everybody's going to say, yeah. Nobody's going to say, yeah, I'm just like everybody else. Nobody in their own mind feels that they're like everybody else, because they're not. Even if they're doing regular shit, they're still not going to say, yeah, I'm just a regular person doing regular shit. They're not going to say that. They're going to say, well, I do have a hobby on the side that nobody knows about. Or I do this on the side. So even when we see all these suit and ties walking around, that don't mean that they're not hip-hop. That don't mean that they're not spiritual. They may just do that when they take the suit off. So we can't judge a book by its cover. What's your view on the multi-matrix and reincarnation? Now, by multi-matrix, I'm thinking you're talking about more so of different dimensions. But if we're talking about a matrix, we're talking about a womb. And if we're talking about a womb, we're talking about the mind. So if you're talking about different dimensions of the mind and how they intersect and how they parallel universes and parallel realities, how things overlap, many matrix side one whole. That's what it is. Hold on. So what's reincarnation about? Reincarnation just deals with us going through several stages. Like, for example, if I was to die right now and be resurrected as a baby, I would still have certain knowledge. That's how I feel. I feel I came into this realm with a certain level of knowledge, although I may not have had the words for it, but I had it within myself. So once I discovered what the words were, I started to express what I've already known in my heart. That's the thing. I just have the words not to express what I've always felt. That's all it is. This wasn't me trying to be anything. This is just how I always felt, how I always viewed the world. So this is not me trying to be something, me trying to fulfill anything. This is just me expressing myself. This is just me giving what I've always been and who I am through my words and through the actions. So in terms of the multi-matrix and the parallel universes and reincarnation, it's just levels of spirit. Like I said, obviously I was doing something before to have this knowledge, even though I didn't have the words. I came into the world with this mindset, meaning I was doing something before. Now, what that was, who the fuck knows? But I see in my chart, like if you look at your dragon's tail or your south node, my south node is in the Cancer, which is a nurturer. So I'm like, okay, a lot of people see the nurturing abilities I have, but that's something that I cultivated last time. That ain't necessarily something that I cultivated this time. Because my north node, or my dragon's head sign, is Capricorn, which is basically about building empires and, building things in the material realm. which is what I translate into me building my YouTube channel. That's more so of my dragon's head or my north node and the Capricorn, such as instead of me like working in a hospital or something, that would be more so of my Cancer south node. For the people that are into astrology that understand all that. So let me see. What's my sun sign? Scorpio. My sun sign is Scorpio. Xander report, I can't get paid for it, boom, boom, boom. We're not so drawing certain everything is spirit, of course. So we'll cap this off. We already at 50 minutes. You know what I mean? I don't try to make this shit an hour long, it just be going that long. So definitely, if you haven't already, definitely thumbs up. If you haven't already, if it helps you in any way, thumbs up. Other than that, I'll spit a little bit longer. So what's the conclusion? Don't let the dark side spook you out if you truly desire to evolve spiritually. Let it take you to the top, drop you on your head. And Lord, that's what I was doing. Let me finish the Dragon Ball Z example. You have Goku, right, who lost his memory. Then you have Vegeta who didn't lose his memory. Now, if you look through the whole Dragon Ball Z series, you see that Goku was essentially the same way. He was giving, had a big heart, always saving the world, putting his life on the line, right? Then you have Vegeta, who was just fixated on killing Frieza because Frieza destroyed their planet. And because he had memory of that. So, a lot of people view Vegeta as like a negative person, real dark. But how the fuck would you feel if you knew somebody destroyed everything you love and you know there's a way to get back at them? So you saw that their paths intersected because they had to work together on several occasions all the way till they had to fuse together at one point. So yeah, exactly. Vegeta is the most evolved character on the whole show. Because you go from somebody who was a complete savage to somebody who was willing to merge with somebody who had a clear heart in order for the betterment of humanity. Vegeta didn't give a fuck about humanity. He would kill a motherfucker and didn't care. But as he evolved, he cared. He started to care more and more. As Goku he already had that spirit within him since he bumped his head. So what do I say that to say? Although Vegeta, you can say, took the dark side, he was killing motherfuckers, destroying planets, you know what I mean, doing all that dark shit. At the end of the day, he rose up, bumped his fucking head. So at the end of the day, when it was all said and done, he merged with Goku, who was pure of heart. And remember, he always called him by his birth name. He called him Kakarot, because that's what he known him by, to remind him who he was. He was the only person that called him Kakarot. And maybe like a couple other Saiyans. That was his Saiyan name, right? Kakarot. Goku was his Earth name. See, there's a lot of metaphysics that go behind that. Like, we have our earthly names, right? We got our earthly names. But then you got your spiritual name, what you really are, what you really come from. This is why a lot of people rename themselves when they become spiritual, because this is my true name. Not my government name, not my name my mother gave me, which is my honorable name. You don't disrespect the name, but you realize only I can name myself. Only I can name myself. And if you have changed your name, don't let that stop you. You have to write your name down a lot of times for the energy to even be accepted. What do I mean by that? If one day your name is your government name and the next day you're going to be this, the energy doesn't just change because you change your name. You have to put it in your subconscious mind so that the vibration changes. What do I mean by that? You may have your government name may break down to a number 6. If you are into numerology, you understand. You may have a government name that breaks down to 6. But your spiritual name will break down to a 9, for example. So in order for that 6 to become a 9, you have to write the name down many times in a certain color. They teach this in Vedic astrology, to write the name down. When you change your name, write it down in a certain ink color for a certain amount of times, so that the vibration can successfully change over. Because if you just say, oh, I'm not this, now and I'm that, you still got motherfuckers calling you by your government name. So the only people that's going to call you by your spiritual name is those who know you past that point. But everybody who knew you before that still going to call you your other name. Because you haven't successfully made the transition for you. So that's the thing. That's why a lot of people still feel caught up between the two worlds, because you still are walking two different paths. So if you change your name, that got to be your name officially. Not saying that you got to go to the government and change it on paper. You can if you want. But make sure you do it spiritually, writing this shit down. The same way you use your mantras, the ultimate mantra you can use is your spiritual name. If you have a spiritual name. If you have changed your name, chant your own spiritual name instead of chanting a mantra and see what happens. Because if you feel that's who you really are, that's why you named yourself that, chant that name, write that name down to become more intimate with that name. Don't worry about no other mantras. So to end this off, don't let the dark side deter you. But the dark side isn't everything either. So you don't necessarily have to always resort to the dark side either. You can use whatever magic you want to use because it's coming from within us. So it don't matter if an angel did it or a demon did it. If you're drawn to it, use it. And if it works, good. Expand on it. Everything in this world is for us to manipulate. We are alchemists. Everything in this world is for us to manipulate. You see these people manipulating these cars. These cars are being manipulated. There's a human being that started it up, that's pushing the pedal, that's stopping it, that's going. The car isn't doing none of this shit by itself. There's a person that had to build this building. It didn't build itself. Where did these materials come from? The earth. We are here to manipulate all matter. Just like you can get in your car and manipulate your car, you can go in your home and manipulate the lights, you can go on, you can read a book and manipulate the book so that you can receive information. If we look at life from that angle, you caught a live video, piece of you, man. See, yeah, I be throwing these up randomly. I wanted to have a schedule, but it wasn't working out, so I just pop up whenever I feel the need to speak. So this is definitely for the people who felt like they was going through a lot with the dark side, shit was changing, happening. Allow yourself to go through it and see what you still have. And you will realize you still have everything you have to begin with. If you know the beginning, you will know the end. If you know where you come from, you will know where you're going. Study the beginning. Listen to that old school 80s electro hip hop. For all the people that may feel like the hip hop nowadays is too dense and too low, listen to them old school mixes where it's just the beat and it's just electronic music. It's not really saying too much. That will raise your levels. Because now you're hearing nothing but ancient sounds and music and patterns, and it's just pure music. That breakdance music. Just put on some fucking breakdance music and try not to breakdance. It's gonna be hard. Because the patterns like makes your body move in a certain way and tick in a certain way based on how the beat is being positioned. It just makes you have to move. It don't make sense to do this, but it makes sense to tick, right? Because of how the music is structured. Whereas another music, it may make more sense to do this and not tick because it don't make sense. So with the hip hop, the certain dance moves make sense based on how the music is. So we'll leave it at that. If anybody else has any questions, let me know within the next 30 seconds. Try my best to answer it. Other than that, I think I've done justice. So stay true to you. Don't let the dark side deter you, the light side, any side. Remember, it's all coming from within the mind. The mind is all. Remember the universal laws. So there really is no side to take. It's just about what works and what don't work. Definitely much love. Don't even trip, man. Definitely appreciate everybody tuning in once again, especially with no previous mentions or none of that. Everybody who was just doing whatever you was doing, you decided to tune in, you saw the notification. Definitely appreciate it. We're gonna be back real soon. Next time you see me, I'll probably be in Vegas. You know what I mean, doing my thing out there. So definitely let me give you a last 360 of the visuals downtown LA. Can somebody name that brick? Do somebody know what this is? Thank you for your time. Definitely. I'll talk to you later on, 36. Could somebody name this brick? But if you can't, then you missing something. And this is what I mean. You see, we walk past all this stuff, don't know what that tree is, don't know what that brick is, don't know what material this concrete is, don't know what type of bike that is, don't know what type of car that is. You see how much we miss just not knowing? We maybe know what this is, but do we know what all this other shit is? What material is this? We know it's energy, but what material is it? Because based on the material, each material has a certain frequency. This pole maybe be vibing at 528 hertz. But we wouldn't know that if we don't know what stone this is or what material this is. As an example, this material vibrates at a certain frequency. That material of this building right here vibrates at a certain frequency. This tree is vibrating at a certain frequency. So if you are into frequencies and vibrations and all these things, it would be wise to know what things vibe at certain frequencies. So you would know, okay, if I want to heal myself, I need to find something that vibrates at 432 hertz. Just like in New York, I think I did on my Facebook Live video. I showed you I showed you an old temple, like an old, the post office. And I showed you how it was built. And if you sit on the post office, it heals you. But if you go across the street to Madison Square Garden with all this updated shit, you don't know what's going on. So that's why like a lot of libraries are old. You got the old buildings that was built in like the 1800s. Then you got the newer buildings like this building behind me. But they all resonate at a certain vibration, a certain frequency. That's why they affect you in a certain way. There's a reason why libraries have a quiet feel, because it's based on how they're built and the vibration they vibe on. That's the true secret, because the same thing with each car has a certain vibration. That's why certain people are drawn to certain cars based on the frequency, not based on how it looks. The looks just determine the frequency, or the frequency determines the look. I vibe at a certain frequency. That controls how I look. I don't always look the same. None of us always look the same. You know what I mean? Our skin color changes at times. We may look more tired, more upbeat at times. So our frequency varies. But these trees are going to always vibe at the same frequency. This is going to always vibe at the same frequency. So if we understand frequency, we know how to tap into that and pull things from that and pull lessons and energy from that. Because if you can identify the frequency of the tree, then you can identify the frequency of anything else and what it can do to potentially help you in your path. So with that being said, we up out this motherfucker. Thanks for the info, definitely. Oh, okay, hold on. One more question. Is there a reason when I enter locations that have arts and art tradition, I feel at peace? That's basically what I was just saying. Frequency is the key. Discover the frequencies. So, somebody asked, do I go to the barbershop? Not really. The next time you see me, I'll be a little trimmed up. I was going through my little ritual in New York, doing my dark shit. So I'll just let that shit do whatever it want to do. So by the time next time you see me a little shaved up. So this is just me going through my things. But definitely just look at my other videos, you'll see me all trimmed up. That's just me going through what I'm going through right now, don't trip. The reason I showed you the fire truck is, did you see the number? It was a number on that fire truck. Some people peeped it, some people didn't. It was a number. And that's what I'm talking about. Everything has numbers. Mathematics is a language of the universe. What number was it? Who caught the number? If you didn't catch it, it was a number 11. If you look up the number 11, what is that? A spiritual awakening, right? Everybody starts seeing 11s, right? Oh, that's when you became aware. Oh, I'm seeing these 11s. So you associate the 11 with an awakening, the sirens. Hey, wake the fuck up. See? Let's piece the shit together. Every time I pass the post office, I feel very chill. Absolutely. So that's what it is. study your frequency. So I'm out this motherfucker. Get at me. 1.